I think this is gonna be the best way to do this. I hope. Hey everybody, I'm Brooke Waldorf and welcome back to my channel. If you watched my most recent video, I shared my personal beliefs on the one when it comes to true love. I have done the whole date your best friend that you're not attracted to, hoping the attraction will grow. I've dated the guys that were really nice guys that there was just no spark with. I've dated the guys that were close enough to what I was looking for, that they were almost there but not quite. It didn't work. I want to be with someone, but I don't need to be with just anyone. I don't just need companionship or somebody there. I want the one. I want that like intense, spiritual, magical connection that I know I have out there. While I'm totally content being on my own and focusing on myself for the time being, I really want to meet my soulmate whenever the time is right. So I feel compelled to do everything in my power to allow that to happen. Now, in order to meet my soulmate, I have to put myself out there. And for the longest time, I could only think of two possible ways to do that. One option is dating apps, and the other is to go out and meet people. Two things that historically have never worked well for me, and honestly never resonated with me either. I've just never vibed with dating apps, and I'm not sure if this is specifically an LA thing or not, but 90% of the guys I've come across are the type that want a spontaneous, active girl to rock climb and get plastered in West Hollywood with every weekend.
Not for me.
I just want someone to cuddle with, to be a homebody with, to have deep conversations with, to grow with. I want someone to play video games and watch anime, and if I'm really lucky, binge Real Housewives with.
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
I have something I'd like to speak to you about.
Well, you'll have to call my secretary and I'll give you an appointment.
Who is saying that?
Who said that?
Who said that? Who said that?
That's the dream. Then, the 10% I actually do vibe with want to meet up after talking for like an hour. Like, can we build some anticipation? Can I get a minute to make sure you're not a complete psycho? And as far as going out to meet people goes, I had to break up with my only friend that lived really close to me almost a year ago. So I have pretty much no social life outside of my house currently, and I don't see that changing too much anytime soon. That's why I decided to make this video, because frankly, the best way for me to raise my chance of finding my soulmate is by embarrassing myself. I mean, posting this video on my YouTube channel. If I put myself out there, no matter how scary and uncomfortable this may be, and trust me, it's very uncomfortable, at least I know that I can hold on to hope that maybe someday he'll find this video, recognize me, and reach out to me. And if not, at least I know that I tried. And honestly, I don't even expect him to find this video. In a weird way, this just feels really important for me to do for myself. Without further ado, please enjoy my very public love letter to my soulmate, whoever he is. Hey, my name is Brooke. No E at the end. My dad wanted me to be unique. Needless to say, I get irrationally excited when they spell my name right on my Starbucks order. Which, if you're curious, is a skinny caramel macchiato. Iced. Skinny iced caramel macchiato. What's your name? A psychic once told me my soulmate's name starts with a J. Is your name Jeremy? John? Could it be Josh?
Oh my god, I love Josh.
Side note, as I was writing this script, I realized I've literally dated a Jeremy, a Josh, and like 4 Johns. And I dated all of the Johns in a row. It was a really weird year. I've always wondered who you were, what you were like, what it was like for you growing up. I don't think a day went by that I didn't think about you, at least for a few seconds. I want to know everything about you. Did you always feel like you were looking for someone every time you left your house or went somewhere new? I did. I've always been looking for you, practically every day of my life. I've always felt like part of me was missing. Even if I was surrounded by friends, I'd often feel a tinge of loneliness and melancholy. When I was a kid and I'd feel lonely, I used to look out my bedroom window at night and feel connected to you. Did you ever do that? I would grab my boombox, pop in the Selena movie soundtrack, and listen to Dreaming of You on repeat as I gazed at the stars and the moon. I'm guessing you didn't do that part. Do you remember when you started to feel the connection? For me, it was around age 7 or 8. When I was 8 years old, I went to Disney World for the first time with my parents and family friends. We fell in love with it instantly and went every year for a long time. And we still go sometimes. I had an annual pass to Disneyland for years before 2020 happened. For some reason, I always felt your energy strongly when we would go on our annual Disney World trips. Maybe it's simply because Disney World is designed to feel magical and nostalgic. Or maybe you went with your family too. Or maybe you've never been and you've always wanted to go. And if that's the case, I would love to show you around. We'd have a blast. Around that same age, I discovered and became instantly obsessed with Sailor Moon. It was on early in the morning, 6:30 if I remember correctly, and I didn't have a TV in my room at the time. I'd have to go to my parents' room to watch it. My mom was always surprised to see me when she'd come out of the shower to get ready for her day, because I was not a morning kid or a morning teenager. I'm weirdly a morning adult, but I think it's because my dog gets me up early. Also because I can run my errands at the crack of dawn and there's nobody out and I hate crowds, so there's that too. I always felt connected to both main love stories in Sailor Moon. Usagi and Mamoru for their past life, deeply devoted and fated love story. They're both a bit jealous and possessive, which I'm super into, by the way. But when it comes down to it, they only have eyes for each other because they know they love each other and that they're destined to be together. I always felt like my true love was someone I could trust unconditionally, no matter what. And so far, I've never been lucky enough to experience that in a relationship. I always felt an even deeper connection to the love story of Chibiusa and Helios. I have a feeling it's because she met him in her dreams before they met in real life. It's like somehow I knew from a young age that I'd dream about my soulmate before we met. And those dreams started a little over 3 years ago in the summer of 2019. I haven't had many, just 5 in total, and they were all so beautiful and simultaneously confusing as hell. I don't want to give too many details publicly because I'm hoping someday we'll meet and we can compare notes together. Assuming you had the dreams too, of course. But I feel like some elements are important to share with you right now, in case you're watching this. My dreams are always lucid, meaning they feel real. It feels like I'm actually there, I'm actually thinking, I'm actually touching you. I'm saying what I want to say and I'm doing what I want to do. And along the lines of lucidity, something really strange happened to me in 2 back-to-back dreams. Toward the end of the dreams, I started to have trouble breathing, and it felt so real. Then, as I started to wake up, I realized it was real. I had trouble breathing for the first 10 to 15 seconds that I was awake. Then everything went back to normal, and I felt totally fine. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but this entire video does, so I'm gonna say it anyway. I felt like my soul was re-entering my body and I was adjusting to being back in reality. Told you it sounded crazy. Other than those 2 instances, it's never happened to me before or since. Another thing I feel the need to mention is that a few of my tattoos have been featured heavily in my dreams. Maybe you've seen them too. My 2 finger tattoos, one of them is the word dream in English and the other is serendipity in Korean, inspired by the BTS song, and my tattoo of Deku from My Hero Academia, which is on my right thigh, are the ones that I've noticed. In one particular recent dream, my serendipity tattoo disappeared from my finger, and it felt really important. I just don't know why yet, and it's honestly kind of driving me insane. All 3 of the tattoos I've noticed in my dreams felt fated when I got them in real life. It was like I was drawn to get them by a higher power outside of myself. I can't remember what compelled me to get any of them, but I just knew I needed to, and everything leading up to me getting each one of them happened so serendipitously. In the same dream where my serendipity tattoo disappeared, I saw a pink flip phone with a heart charm sitting on my bed. I've gotten a lot of cryptic messages in my dreams, but for some currently unknown reason, this one continues to stand out to me, so I felt the need to mention it. There's one last thing I want to mention. It's something that's shown up in a couple of dreams, my 2 most recent ones in fact. It's a color. It's a combination of pink and coral with glitter in it. The first time I saw it, oddly enough, was on your lips, like lipstick. We were floating through outer space and making out, as one does. When I pulled back to look at you, you had that color on your lips. And in that moment, I asked if you were having the same dream, and you said yes. The second time I saw this color was in my 5th and currently most recent dream. I was at a party looking for you, but I never found you. So I went outside to gaze at the night sky, and that's where I saw it again. There was a full moon, and that unmistakable, glittery pink and coral color was a cloud formation. It was beautiful, and after a minute or so of looking at it, it started to slowly dance around the sky. I watched as it poured into the full moon, and the moon became illuminated with that color. Then I woke up, and that's it. That's my most recent dream. It happened this past December, just a couple months ago. Something in my gut tells me there's still one more dream to come before we meet. That's what my intuition has been telling me ever since my serendipity tattoo disappeared in that one dream. I just can't wait until I get to meet you and finally find out who you are, where you're from, what commonalities we share, what differences there are between us, and most importantly, what our lives look like together. But until that day comes, I'll just focus on myself, try to have some fun, and hold out hope for another dream and another glimpse into our futures together. XOXO, Gossip Girl. Brooke. Look, I realize that there's a real chance that I'm just totally insane. It's very possible that I saw one too many Disney princess movies as a small child, and the idea of true love got ingrained into my impressionable little head. There's a chance that my dreams are nothing more than my brain creating images that go along with the misguided beliefs I've held on to my entire life. In short, maybe I'm just delusional, and there's a chance that I am. But there's also a chance that I'm not. There's a chance that everything I've felt my entire life is real. And if I didn't put myself out there, if I didn't try, if I didn't do whatever I could to try and connect with my soulmate, I couldn't live with myself. I've seen a lot of people recently say that failure isn't trying something and it not working out. Failure is not trying at all. And I'm not going to let perfectionism and fear of what other people may think of me hold me back any longer. And on that note, I'm going to leave you guys with that little nugget of wisdom. All right, you guys, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am so sorry if I came across as like stiff or if I'm looking in any weird places. As I said in the beginning, I think I put this clip in the beginning, I was reading a script just because this video was really important to me. It was really important for me to be vulnerable and speak from the heart. And I'm the type of person where I really have to like sit with like feelings and emotions. I can't just like express them really like easily. It takes me a while. So doing a script, and I mean, it took me days to like write the script, and not just because it took me days to write the script, but it took me days to like edit it and be like, no, that's not how I feel, or no, that's not coming across right. And so, you know, I'm an overthinker. What do you want from me? So if I was looking in weird directions, or if any part of it was like awkward or, you know, anything like that, that's why. So sorry about that, but you know, I did the best that I could, and I'm not going to be a perfectionist. So anyway, you guys, that is going to do it for me and for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. As always, I appreciate your support so much. I hope that you guys are doing well. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you have beautiful dreams. Bye, guys.